Okay, so a bit of a change in the lighting and a slight break in the video by a good few hours. I had to finish off a day's work and come back to the unboxing. So I haven't even got it open yet, and it's 10:30 at night. So hopefully the light works okay for this. Looks right on the camera. But what we're going to do is open up the box, see what's inside, and move on from there really. So let's get this open. Let's just put a nice little slit in the seal there. Let's keep the box nice and fresh. Right, now how does this open? Now magnetic. But let's be particularly careful here. So that was on some magnetic thing. So in the box we've got an envelope, probably contains a load of paperwork, but I'm not going to bother reading. Something about a warranty. Comes with a 4-year warranty, which is good. You have to register that online, so that's a bit of a bonus over some of the other card manufacturers. Quite happy with that, so put that to one side. What do we have under the foam is, well, we have one pretty large RTX 3080 Ti. I'll get that out in a moment. And then we have this thing. I think it's called a chai buy or some nonsense like that. I mean, really? The type of people that are going to be spending X amount on a video card. I know there's gamers out there that like, you know, certain things, but what are most of us going to do with this thing? I'll keep it in the box when I come to sell it again, the card downstream, probably in a couple of years time. But Gigabyte, really? Not for me, that. Pointless. Waste of time. Got some little case Aorus thing. I'm going to try and prise it out there with my fingers. Got the card, which I shall gently take out. I'm just going to actually pause the video a second because don't want to cause any damage here getting it out. Okay, so that's a two-handed job. It was in there quite tightly. Nice big deep foam packed box, so offering lots of protection, which is good, which is really how any card should ship, given the cost of them even at the best of times. Not going to take it out of the anti-static bag just at this moment in time and just yet. What you can see, quite interesting, 3 8-pin power connectors. So not your usual standard 2 on modern cards, got 3. So it's a juicy boy, that's for sure. I believe this and the master come with the 3. So it's running the increased boost speed up to 1830 megahertz. So for some reason these cards require that additional connector. So you'll have to make sure that you've got a power supply where you've got 3 8-pin connectors available. So 2 big heat sinks. I believe one sitting on the GPU itself and the other is for the memory. And a particularly heavy card as well, given its size, given the heat sinks. It's 2 hands to get it out of there. It's I think it weighs something like 1800 grams or something crazy like that. So next step will be to get it out, make sure that I've anti-staticked myself, and get a closer look at the card itself. But just before I do get out of the bag, just a quick word on the particularly thick looking back plate, which is obviously required to support it. It looks thicker than back plates that I've seen on other GPUs and cards. And also you've got the LCD display. You won't be able to see it through the anti-static bag so well, but the card's actually got its own built-in LCD display which you can personalise. It's obviously got loads of RGB, but the display itself, you can get it to show various bits of information, GPU temperature, fan speed, etc. if you're really interested in that and you've got a glass panel case or something like that. I don't. I've got a high airflow case which doesn't have a glass panel, so I'm not particularly bothered or interested in that aspect of this card. Okay, so we've now got what really is pretty much a beast of a card out of the box and out of the bag. You'll now see just how large it is. So you've got the two slot you've got the two slot bracket with 3 HDMI and 3 display port adapter ports, which is pretty impressive if I'm honest. Of the 6 there, you can see width of the card is 4 slots. You've got your 3 fans. It's got some protective wrapping on it at the moment, so it's not scratched. If it appears to be scratched in the video, that's just the protective wrapping. Actually got some cables protruding from the card at the bottom. Hopefully they are meant to be there. And then around the top you can see the Gigabyte graphics, the heat sinks, and I will show it probably when it's actually in the PC itself. The LCD display is covered up at the moment, but from an unboxing point of view, I think that's as far as we'll go with the unboxing itself. So that is the Gigabyte Aorus Xtreme 3080 Ti. Just one other final note before we close out the unboxing. It really is worth noting the weight of the card. It's curious that it's only got the dual kind of bracket to support it in the case. Maybe a 3 width bracket there may have assisted. Hopefully that backplate is really stiff, but perhaps it needs some other type of support. I know you can buy them online. Probably more appropriate would have been something that was included in the box to provide the support to the card, rather than Gigabyte, which to me is a complete waste of packaging, materials and time. Really could have got a support in there for the card, Gigabyte, because it's heavy. That'll be my first concern. So I think before I install it, I'll probably consider buying a support for the PC case to hold the card in place to make sure it doesn't do any damage at all to the PC. Too expensive a PC and way too expensive a video card, so would have been good to include that Gigabyte rather than this thing. Pointless.